Okay, listen up. I stepped up to the mic in this dingy room in Queens, right? Circle of chairs, the whole deal. Public speaking. Always been my personal hell, ever since junior high speech class. Knees were knocking like crazy. Voice felt like it was about to crack. Looked out at the 15 or so guys staring back. Took a real deep breath. Tried to get my act together. Hey, everyone. Name's Mike. I started, a little pause for air. Waited like 20 seconds, watching their faces. Most of them were just stunned, incredulous, blank stares, you name it. But not a single smirk at my little intro. Yeah, 12.5 men. Real original, right? Honestly, that label just ticks me off. Second time here. Listen to maybe 6 of you spill your guts. Figured it was my turn. Thing is, unlike most of you, I'm still married. Well, technically. Lawyer told me anger counseling was a good idea while we were prepping the divorce. Getting my ducks in a row, you know. Seems to be helping. Haven't offed anyone yet anyway. That got some smiles, a little nervous laughter. Before all this blew up, I thought I was pretty sharp. Never figured I was blind to what was right in front of me. Honest to God. I thought I was a good husband. Almost a dad. Never saw myself as a victim, or a loser for that matter. Never the top dog, sure, but always in the running. Top third of my class in high school, same thing in college. Solid B average, good enough for grad school. Did okay there too. Landed a job as an accountant after. Got my CPA, thought I was on the fast track. Then bam, rug pulled. Success in school, money in the bank, that's one thing. But having the one thing that you think defines you ripped away, that's the bottom. Your wife telling you, without actually saying it, that you're just not good enough. Devastating. I could feel my chest tightening, started to hyperventilate. Grabbed onto that podium like it was a lifeline in a storm. Sorry, got a little off track there, I mumbled, trying to regroup. 2 guys in the front row gave me a thumbs up, a nod. Keep going. Let me backtrack, I said. Not gonna bore you with how gorgeous Sarah was, the whole shebang. Not gonna detail our sex life. Claim it was fireworks every night. We were active, okay? Seemed like a great life, inside and outside the bedroom. She was my best friend, my partner, or so I thought. Sarah and I met in college, semester before I graduated. Hit it off fast, married that summer. Got a decent accounting job right away so she could finish her degree. Year of experience later, CPA for me, paralegal for her. Lately, law school aspirations. Yeah, good luck with that, I snorted. Not on my dime. Couple chuckles from the guys. College loans piled up, so we held off on kids, house, the whole 9 yards. Last year, 5 years into marriage, we bought this fixer-upper, 4 bedrooms. I completely gutted it. Studs, floor plan, everything. Made it our dream home. My brother, Tony, he's a contractor, specializes in flipping older houses. Worked for him summers in school. Knew I could handle it. Tony helped me get started. Even got his subs to give me the family rate. Some of them were already my clients. Accounting for favors, you know. Long story short, not a ton of cash tied up in the place, but market value. Triple what we put in. Sarah got her dream house, seemed thrilled, content. 6 months ago, she's all baby time. 2 months later, pregnant. Should be over the moon, right? At first I was. Then the bomb dropped. This baby, not mine. Or at least pretty damn sure it's not. And frankly, hope to hell I'm right. Not exactly sure how long she's been playing away from home, but looking back, suspect it's been on and off for the past year. Easy. Plenty of time to stray while I was busting my butt at work, then coming home to rip out walls and lay tile. Evenings, weekends, the whole deal. Now, you're probably thinking, how'd I find out? More nods. Nothing dramatic like some of you guys, no late-night showers, stray underwear, that kind of cliché. Started with a phone call. Overheard her in the bedroom. Thought she was alone, talking to someone about packing for a business trip. Sounded like a woman. Figured it was a coworker. Then Sarah said something about bringing her big strap on, and how she might not be able to take it too rough for much longer. Said something like, "Yeah, I know you said I can get messed up until weeks before delivery, but first kid here, haven't popped any out yet like you have. Not sure how much more of your toy I can handle inside me with Mark involved at the same time." Now, Mark. That's her boss's name. She kept going, laughing. "Oh, hell no. No way am I letting you use that big toy on my back. Stretches me enough as it is. Gotta do extra Kegels so Mike doesn't wonder why I'm loose when I get home after you finish using it on me, and when I'm away for a week and take that thing every night. I know I'm stretched out. Had to pull out my own toy and put on a show for him last time so he didn't get suspicious. Thought I was just getting warmed up for him. Course I'm doing Kegels daily to stay tight. Mark's as big as Mike, no worry there, but that toy is huge, damn girl. You know I love it, but this baby bump is really starting to show. Gonna have to start buying prego clothes soon. Nope. Still haven't gotten myself tested. A little nervous it might be Mark's kid. Oh yeah, he's been with me way more than Mike in the past 6 months. Timing lines up with that New Orleans meeting. Plus, Mike was coming home too late, too wiped to really be intimate like I wanted around then. I was at my most fertile time. Just tell him to lay back and enjoy, he's never caught on. A series of grins spread around the room. Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. Making this up, right? No way I remember a conversation like that, especially if I was freaking out. Well, I've listened to that conversation dozens of times in the past few weeks, recorded it on my cell phone. Saw a few nods, expressions shifting from skepticism to acceptance. Called a security guy Tony uses, installed a couple cameras, recorders, plus a few bugs I could slip into her purse, briefcase. Caught her in my bed a few times while I was at work. Interesting audio, let me tell you. She's getting busy with both her boss and the secretary, Lisa. Often at the same time. Lisa's married, kids, the whole deal. From what I gather, they grab time when they can. Boss man's juggling both of them. Sometimes one, sometimes the other at work. Seriously, you wonder how they get any actual work done from the sounds of it. Doctor asked me shrink, you know. Asked me to try and get inside Sarah's head. Understand her motivation for stepping out. Maybe frustrated with long hours. Needed physical and emotional contact to make up for it. Well, I told him the same thing I'm telling you guys. Don't care. Simple as that. If she was lonely, horny, whatever, could have said something. Asked for more time. But she didn't. She chose to cheat. Reason. Moot point. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for letting me vent. Divorcing the cheating woman. Headed out this morning for another out-of-town meeting with some corporate client. Yeah, boss and secretary are going too. Finished my spiel, stepped back from the podium. One of the guys, big, grizzled dude, spoke up. "Why didn't you go stomp a mud hole in that guy's ass?" Laughter rippled through the room. Of course. No idea who did it. Wasn't there? Solid alibi. But the guy messing with my ex? Busted jaw, nuts stomped flat. Nobody saw a thing. Random attack according to the cops. More laughter. I told them I hadn't even confronted Sarah yet. Still making plans. Incredulous looks all around. Main reason I'm even here, these meetings. Keep a lid on the rage. Oh, trust me, baseball bat, bullets in his back. Imagined it all, but jail? Nah. And that macho crap about standing up for your woman like a man? Just that crap. She's not my woman if she's acting like that. Another guy asked. After hearing that conversation, you checked to see if she was stretched out from her girlfriend's toy? Haven't touched her since the night I overheard that, I said. Got COVID. Tested positive that very night. Guest room quarantine ever since. Might have a record for longest positive test, actually. 3 weeks. Looked it up online. Said some cases can be positive for a month. Pregnancy. Safer for me to sleep elsewhere. I grinned. Smiles. Thumbs up back. Stepped away from the podium. The moderator, Dr. Miller, therapist guy, thanked me for sharing, honesty, all that. Asked me to keep coming to the open meetings, private sessions. Said I'd consider it. Might need to blow off more steam later. Lying in a cage for now. Lawyer insisted I see him, said I was on the edge, needed a release valve. Divorce plans alone weren't cutting it. Unlike AA, these meetings ended with drinks, bar down the block. You haven't even told the wife you know she's cheating? One guy asked, incredulous. I shook my head. Damn. I blew up, slapped my wife down, chased the jerk out the door of my coupe when she told me she was going on a date with him. He walked in to pick her up, grinning. She said she probably wouldn't be back till morning. If he wasn't so damn fast, might have killed him. Kicking his car door in when the cops showed up. That's why I'm here. Court-mandated anger management. What about these other guys? I asked. Same boat? Some seem to be getting a kick out of my story. Wonder if anyone's here for the prospects. Blank look. Prospects? Yeah. Like the old joke. Teenager in confession. Admits intimacy with a girl at school. Priest asks, Mary? No. Susie? No. Joan? No. Priest says, 10 Hail Marys. Kid walks out. Friend asks, what did the priest say? 10 Hail Marys and 3 good prospects. Guys at the table laughed. You seem like a stand-up guy, one guy said. Later on you want someone to do a little back-kicking, church in front of witnesses. Let me know. How do I know you're not a cop setting me up? I asked. 'Cause I work for your brother sometimes, sheetrock sub. Remember seeing you on job sites. Probably don't recognize me, big beard. Long hair back then. Less noticeable now, you know? Made a mental note to ask Tony about him. Still just getting things together, lawyer advised. Then serve the cheating woman. Go from there. Limited myself to 2 beers. Surprised how much better I felt driving home. Maybe there was something to this, letting it out. Confession, demons, whatever. Good for the soul. But work to do. Mission time. Like I told the guys, Sarah was gone for the week, boss, secretary. Corporate clients. Knew the work would be done in 2 days, tops. Farce. Knew what they were up to long before they mentioned jazz festival on the company dime following weekend. Sarah getting comp time. Few days off next week. Spend some time together. More nonsense. Trying to keep me sexually starved, oblivious. 2 weeks later, walked into the meeting room late. Guys already seated. Dr. Miller trying to get things going. Releasing inner demons verbally better than lashing out physically. Blah, blah. Not trying to make an entrance, but room erupted in cheers when I walked in. Glad to have you back, Mike. Guys want to hear the rest of the story from the man himself, Dr. Miller announced. Okay, I said, grinning, faking happiness. Content, maybe. Stepped up to the podium. Couple weeks ago, told you my tale of woe. Cheating wife, boss, pregnant maybe, secretary in the mix. Today, rest of the story. When I told you guys, hadn't told the jerk's wife or the secretary's husband. Not that they didn't deserve to know, but didn't want them blowing my plans. Wanted to give Sarah the intimacy of her life, not sexually. She'd enjoy that. Waited till Thursday night that week to call Carol, Mark's wife, and Frank, Lisa's husband. Apologized for the delay, explained why. Told them I was serving Sarah at the airport Sunday afternoon. Divorce papers, suggested lawyers, gave them mine, asked them not to call or text, tipped them off. Initial shock wore off. We talked. Turns out, like Sarah, Mark and Lisa called home every night. Miss you. Wish I was home. The whole fake routine. We knew the drill. Urged by me, Carol decided to take kids to her sisters in Alexandria. Confide in them, have them come back for backup when she confronted Mark. Not his first rodeo, apparently. 2 teenage kids to think about. Frank, stuck at work all weekend, maintenance for a Ford dealership. Promised not to call Lisa. Wanted to choke her to death without witnesses. Told him about this group. Helped me with those same impulses. Little laughter. Anyway, told him about my finances. Why I moved half the savings. Checking accounts. Not much in my case, but they admitted to having a decent chunk. Said I wasn't canceling credit cards till the last minute, but paying the bill from joint account, making sure Sarah paid her half, left them to stew, went home. Sure you guys heard what I did at home. All true. Cheers, applause, half bow. Yeah, spent the week dismantling my house. Dismantling. Not destroying. Didn't damage a thing. Remember, renovated it myself. Tony's help. Reversed it. Left the sheetrock, texture, paint, carpet, AC system, untouched. Disconnected every appliance. Moved it away from the wall. Stove, dishwasher, fridge, unplugged. Wiring harnesses removed. Every bit of hardware bagged. Taped to the appliance. Garbage disposal. Middle of the kitchen floor, sink, faucets, all taken apart, gone. Kitchen cabinets, left those. Could have taken them. Did take a few we could lift after loosening bolts. Show Sarah her pretty kitchen was no more. Counters, one-piece system, couldn't remove without damage. Left those too. Bathrooms, different story. Drained, removed toilets. Vanities apart. Faucet handles off. Cleaned vanity. Sink edges. Plaster. Caulk, all gone. Pile of used bathroom fixtures. Few pipes. Valves sticking out. Tub, shower stall, untouched. Same reason as kitchen counters. Bed, dresser, apart as much as possible. Bed easy, mattress, box springs, stacked in the hallway. Dresser, emptied. Sarah's clothes, bedroom closet. No more louvered doors, of course. Furniture looked nice, expensive, but cheap put-it-together stuff. Disassembled everything that came that way originally. Sarah hadn't lifted a finger putting it together. Shelving units, pieces on the floor, credenza, booze, Sarah's knickknacks, collapsed, hardware bagged, damage control. Last things, ceiling fans, light fixtures, every room. Only thing left, chandelier in the dining room. Took the bulbs out. Oh yeah, every electrical switch, plug socket removed, wires capped, even though power was off. AC contracted out, left it. Water heater, installed myself, left that too. Wondering what I did with all the stuff from cabinets, shelves, walls. Didn't want any of it. Reminders of cheating woman. Spread it across the master bedroom floor. Every dish, glass, figurine. Carefully placed, closet to door. Couldn't walk through without clearing a path. Wait, door was gone too. No doors hanging except exterior doors. Security. Accountant, remember? Receipt for everything we bought for that house. Paid for from communal assets. Gonna give her back half the appliances, fixtures, just without the sweat equity. Sarah did zero to help, picked appliances, helped plan Reno. Want a few mobile appliances, coffee pot, microwave, something else for X to argue about. Appreciative laughter. Plane landed at the airport, everything I assembled, installed, taken apart. Process server called, handed her divorce papers, waited for her to come home. Lisa drove them to the airport in her van. Dropped them off. Tony and I were waiting with neighbors, wanted to see the show. Watched me dismantle the house all week, could testify where I was, what I was doing. Booze from my liquor cabinet, steaks from my freezer. Rest of the food, Sarah's mother's house earlier in the week. Freezer went out. Didn't explain canned goods, condiments. Poor woman, confused. Knew she'd find out soon enough. Lisa hung around long enough to let Sarah and Mark out of the van. Why Mark even came home with her. Walked around front, Tony. Neighbors watching from the side. Sarah climbed out, Mark behind. Fit to be tied. Sarah yelling, waving the divorce papers. Mark angry, demanding to know lies I told his wife. Bury me legally for casting aspersions. Filed for divorce, adultery, named him as a party. Courts don't care about reasons, but adultery? Public record embarrassment. About then, Carol arrived with her sister, tracked Sarah's cell. New arrival time. Called Carol. On their way. Carol already called. Told me what she found at home after her weekend away. Asked if I'd been there. Working hard at my own house. Barely went anywhere except Tony's to sleep. Truth. Garage blocked. Driveway full of car parts. Not just any car parts. Pieces of Mark's '65 Mustang. His pride. Joy. Showed it off to everyone. Father's car. Restored. Loved that Mustang more than wife, kids. Exaggeration, maybe. Maybe not. Mark. Little upset seeing Carol. Lame comment. Whatever you heard is a lie. Didn't tell him what was waiting at home. All of us stood outside while Sarah dragged suitcase inside. Scream from inside the house. Sarah at the door, screaming, "What the hell did you do to my house?" Didn't have time to really check it out. Saw stuff piled in the living room. Surprised she didn't notice blinds, drapes gone before she even got inside. Off her game, being served at the airport. Every window bare. First thing I did, blinds down, dismantled, drapes folded. Power off. Only light was daylight. Generator lights. Stepped inside. Tony, entourage. Calmly informed, soon-to-be ex. Preparing house to split assets 50-50. "Where's my stuff?" Waved hand at the floor. Clothes, personal items. Bedroom closet, safe and sound. Went to look. Not happy. Shrill scream I'd never heard. Someone called the cops. Showed up to listen to Sarah rant, rave about demolished home. Carefully explained to first cop, called for supervisor. Minutes later, 3 more units. Called my lawyer. Knew Sarah was on her way home. Finally showed up. Changed clothes first. Sarah ranting about where she'd go demanded my arrest. Lawyer nixed that. No crime. Civil court. Mark demanded Carol take him home. Refused. Frowned at him. "Why don't you ever look at your phone? Texted him hours ago. Still didn't look. Figured it was about cheating. Conjecture. Told Carol he was busy after Sarah served. Clear up misconceptions about business trips. Trying to track 3-4 conversations at once. Answered Sarah. Car's in the garage. Where she left it. Stormed back inside. 2 minutes later, stomped back out. Garage door won't open. Electricity's off. Dismantled garage door opener. Loudly. How do I get my car out? Mark. Emergency release. No clue. Went inside with her. Came back out. Demanded to know where the handle for the release was. Shrugged. Around somewhere. Carefully marked. Like everything else. Cops taking notes. Statements from everyone. Then Carol dropped the bomb. Haven't called the police yet. Issue at my house. Showed cell phone to lieutenant. Face changed to incredulity. Looked at me. Carol showed me photos. Been here all weekend, witnesses. Unable to get car out, Carol refusing to take Mark home. Called Lisa back. Arrived disheveled, crying. Frank met her outside their house. Clothes and garbage bags. Helped her load them in the van. Leave, don't return till you see your lawyer. Told me his plans day before. Ava, Mark, suitcases in Lisa's van. Carol, look at your phone again. Finally did. Scream matched Sarah's. Yelled for Lisa. Get me home fast. Gave Carol suggestion when she first called. Acted on it. Brother-in-law stayed at her house. Cops done at my place. Statements given. Tony and I followed rest to Mark's house. TV news van parked in front. Reporter interviewing Brett, brother-in-law. Family found when they brought Carol home. Cameraman videoing the scene. Story. Couldn't pull up to garage. Blocked by car parts. Garage around the side, obscured from street. Nobody stopped me following them up to the house. Scene. Model car box. Except real. Center of drive. Chassis. Doors to the side. Trunk behind. Hood in front. Surprised fenders still on. Windshield too. Everything else? Gone. Engine in front of chassis. Radiator, fan, water pump, starter, generator, carburetor, major parts removed. Belts, hoses, neatly in rows. Transmission, drivetrain behind car. Wheels, brake assemblies, removed. Seats, off to the side. Impressive. Never seen a car totally, almost totally taken apart. Everything laid out neatly. Didn't matter. Mark lost it. Wailed. Cried. Dropped to his knees. "Sally! Sally destroyed!" Janice. "Who's Sally?" TV reporter close by. Cops looking over the scene. Fell over laughing when Janice blurted, "Doug named his car Sally. Mustang Sally, like the song." Network news. Social media. Mustang Sally playing in the background. None of us spouses hiding. 3 cheaters named. Mark accused each of us. Ironclad alibis. Frank worked Saturday, kid Sunday. Expertise. Resources to dismantle car. But no link, no fingerprints. Lug nuts checked. Carefully piled. Janice with sister, brother-in-law. Kids testified. Never thought of doing anything to the car. Hammer, maybe. Still considering hammer on the parts. Finish the job. Cops laughing. Careful dismantle. Parts not damaged. Number 1 suspect? Me. Alibi. Not a mechanic. Home Reno, not vehicles. Screwdrivers, few wrenches. Busy dismantling my house. Neighbors watching. Circus at Mark's house. Sarah there. No transportation except Lisa. Kicked out by Frank. Father-in-law showed up. Call from Sarah. Wide-eyed. Reporter called me next day. Heard about my house. Angle for her story. Gave her one of 20 flash drives, dismantling video. Condensed 5 hours to 2 minutes. Flash drives saved my butt. Gave them out like candy. Evidence of cheating included. End of story. Mark got restraining order. Don't publish infidelities. Too late. Drives distributed. No control when evidence, affair talk, video, internet. Father-in-law got a drive. Overreacting. Asked. Watched. Understood. Sarah, Mark, Lisa, videoed in flagrante delicto. Humiliating. Mark in back with Lisa's toy, face in Sarah's crotch. Cut from TV, online though. Videoed in flagrante decto. Mentioned often, even TV. Status? Up in the air, pushing for divorce. Sarah wants to stay married for the baby. Paternity test, protested, expedited. Not the father. Money back from communal assets. Sarah wanted private discussion. Wait till birth. Made it too public. No option but test. Lawyer's advice ignored. No idea her plans. Mark stepped forward. Might not be his either. Not my problem. Sarah got a lawyer. Destroyed home. Mine. Took back my work. Components undamaged, ready for resale. Investigation into Mustang. Empty. Team of experienced mechanics. Expertise. Remove components neatly. No mess. Oil, trans fluid, coolant, brake fluid drained. Parts undamaged. Frank admitted expertise to dismantle like that. Resources, maybe. No link to anyone responsible but Mark. No fingerprints. Police checked lug nuts. Carefully piled. Frank loved the Mustang, nothing to do with it. Asked if I did. Honestly, no. Mark paid through the nose to get parts picked up, stored. Janice. 2 days to remove the junk, garage access, Otherwise, neighborhood boys pile crap under the carport. Serious. Before you think I won. Unscathed. No. Next day, fired. Boss, Mark's friend. Mark sent him clients. Boss recommended Mark. Boss suggested Sarah work for Mark. Fired. Leaned over his desk. Party to any intimacy play. Sarah. Denied everything. Little talk with his wife. Suggestion. Ex-boss. Poaching clients. Dismissed. Brought clients to firm. Others said, didn't trust him after firing me. Agreed to handle accounts who followed pro bono 2 months. Working for Tony, minimum wage. Sarah's lawyer, deliberately avoiding income. Helping friends, figuring out career. Fledgling pro bono firm in Tony's building. Need an accountant? Let me know. Cheers. Felt a little better. Lost wife, home, dreams. Irretrievable. 3 weeks later, anger management. Back to the podium. Same faces, same reason. Hard to control emotions. Rephrase. Hard to keep them under control all the time. Therapists say, fine line, depression, anger. 2 therapists now. Not my choice. Court mandate for some. Sister-in-law demanded it for me. Dinner table. 8-year-old nephew, Uncle Mike, angry all the time. Aunt Sarah so unpleasant. Where'd you hear that? Pointed at me. Heard you talking to Dad. Sister-in-law glare. Fix it. Not polite word, but yes. Upset with Aunt Sarah. Trifecta of keywords. Okay, won't say that again. I like her. Too bad she acts this way. Glares from sister-in-law. Tony staring at plate, shaking, trying not to laugh. Sister-in-law. Keep my boys. Watch what you say around kids. 6-year-old niece. Boys? Uncle Mike have kids. Where are they? Boys are me, Dad, brother. Oh, so when you told Miss Sandy your girls were sore and tender from rough play, you meant knee. Didn't hear the end. Laughing too hard. Sister-in-law beat red. Long story short, live with Tony family. Therapy, group sessions. No income. Decrease income for divorce. Hard to find apartment without verifiable income. Sister-in-law lovely, generous. Doesn't want kids influenced negatively by misfortunes. More keywords. Where are we? Sister-in-law upset about kids picking up conversations. Last 3 weeks, minimal income. Marginally more than Sarah before fired. Paid so much because extra services. Lawyer. Keep mouth shut. Minuscule income difference, no alimony. Janice kicked Mark out. Divorce. Sally in storage. Messy divorce. Flay the bastard's meat off his bones. Metaphorical. Hope so. Never testify if something physical happens. Mark. Work troubles. Corporate clients. Negotiations sweetened by sexual favors. Sarah, Lisa. Deny, deny, deny. Clients taking it seriously. Taking business elsewhere. Firm. Problems in other areas. Sexual discrimination. Harassment cases. Clients changed attorneys. Grievances. Firm can't handle own internal affairs. Intimacy. Mark. Liability, not asset. Close to being asked to leave. Worse. People driving past office. Mustang Sally, full volume. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Hate it for him. Like idea he's out on his ear. Sarah's income, nosedive. High for paralegal, short time in field. pay for sexual services whispers. Lisa too. Lisa, only one might keep marriage intact, trying to reconcile. Loved screwing others with her toy, power. Never allowed Mark intimacy. Sarah, submissive, go down on her on command, loved power. Enjoyed girl-on-girl action occasionally. Child custody card. Frank considering staying married, post-nup. Convinced intimacy with clients, rumor false. My marriage? Over. Wouldn't keep her if baby was mine. Split assets. Judges. Plural. Appeal. Justify taking back sweat equity. Undamaged components, uninstalled, ready for resale. Sarah possession of bedroom stuff. Pay to pack, remove immediately, or community property. Father helped pay, coordinate. Wanted it gone fast. Refused to help. Sarah tried to talk. Help so we can talk. Refused. Lawyer present. Sister-in-law observed. Sarah only took bedroom stuff. Soon-to-be ex-father-in-law, files I gave him. Understood actions. Obligated to care for daughter. Sarah moved back to old room at their house. First joint meeting, lawyers. Sarah take half household fixtures, appliances. Pick what she wants. I take similar value. Glared when I said first choice of toilets. Buy out my half. Face value. Hire crew to put it back together. Knew what they were thinking. Whole worth more than parts. Accountant. Knew what I could afford to offer. Below break even. Offered more than her counter. Couldn't get financing. Neither could I alone. Tony backing me. Refused to sell to me. Any reason. Lawyer demanded public auction. Proceeds split. Attorney argued weakly. Lose too much. Lost decision. Didn't bother him or me. Sarah tried. No buyer near my offer. Tony offered half investment for Shell. Refused at auction. Got it for 70%. Great shape. Few investors willing to outbid Tony. Investors interested. Knew Tony wouldn't work for them again. Trades would follow suit. Sarah's lawyer protested. Lack of compensation. Conceded auction client's demand. Unfortunately refused higher offer. Lost my shirt settling divorce. Unemployed. Small part of assets left. Living in Tony's guest room. Restore old house. Everyone knows I took my house apart. Nobody knows who dismantled Mark's Mustang. No proof. Mark hired investigators. Dry. Financials examined. Paid anyone. Cell phone, computer access. Frank's too. No link. Social media fodder. Network TV topic. Notoriety. Man who took house apart. Constantly asked, how'd you really take the Mustang apart? Promise I won't tell. Congratulated for something I didn't do. Several guys stood, congratulated me. Laughter. Stepped away from podium. Therapist asked who next. All shook heads. One guy. Wait till next time. Tell how I grabbed the guy messing with my wife by the balls. Marched him naked down the street. Bar time. Hey Mike, discount for new client? Paul, drywall sub, met him. Remember you gave guys who followed you from old firm free accounting 2 months? Free setup in my system. Takes time. Deserve more? You work for Tony, not me. House already walled up. Former house. Tony owns, rents to me minimal. Buying it back in a year or so, enough time passed. Sarah can't claim fraud. Offered group discount for taxes this year. Nope, none of those things. Paul grinned. Deserve it for strength, pressing floor jack, Mustang up, wheels off. Not mechanic, can stack parts. Telling your brother I knew guys who could help in a bad situation. Especially my cousin, mechanic. Mustang he wanted dismantled. Almost cried, laughing, marking his account paid in full for next year. And so we reached the end. Twist you didn't see coming? Thoughts, comments, kept you hooked? Like button. New here. Subscribe, notifications. Fresh stories daily. Subscribe, notifications, never miss out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.